Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We've tailored this one specifically for all you secondary 3 and 4 students out there gearing up for the GCE O-Level English oral exam. Look, if you're feeling that familiar knot of anxiety just thinking about sitting across from those examiners, go ahead and take a deep breath. Today, we're completely dismantling that panic. We're going to dive right into a highly structured, reliable framework designed to eliminate that anxiety, breaking down the exact themes that just keep appearing year after year.
Let's just address the elephant in the room right off the bat. Are you currently trying to play fortune teller and predict the exact O-level oral topic? It's super tempting, right? You scour past your papers, analyze all the school rumors, and try to guess if they're going to ask about the exact phrasing of a digital detox or maybe the quality of canteen food. But let me tell you, treating your revision like a crystal ball is a massive trap. It literally just leads to immense stress because the possibilities are endlessly vast.
So, the crucial point is, you've got to stop guessing. Right now, here is the secret that completely changes the game. The vast majority of what you'll actually face on exam day comes from just a few predictable common themes. When you stop obsessing over the exact phrasing of a question and instead focus on broad themes, you take back control. You build an unshakable foundation for yourself. This mindset shift takes that terrifying universe of endless questions and shrinks it right down into manageable boxes. So here is your ultimate master key, the top 5 O-level oral themes. We've got education, technology, environment, health and well-being, and community and social issues. By setting these 5 reassuring boundaries around your exam preparation, you know exactly where to focus your energy. Let's break these down one by one, shall we? First up, education. You spend most of your life in school, so examiners absolutely love to dig into it. But they aren't just going to ask a simple, do you like school? No, they want to explore the dynamics of learning, what actually makes a good learning environment. You need to be ready to reflect on the real value of homework, your own personal study habits, and of course, that classic debate of peaceful solitary studying versus the often chaotic reality of group projects.
And that naturally bleeds into our next dominant theme, technology. You practically cannot walk into the exam room without being fully ready to discuss mobile phones and social media. It's one of the absolute most common themes out there. But keep in mind, examiners are also looking forward to things like AI and online learning. They really want to know your worldview here. Is a smartphone just a massive distraction, or is it a vital tool for the future? You've got to be ready to balance the pros and cons of our entirely digital existence.
Then we have the environment. This is a massive global conversation, and examiners want to hear your local teenage perspective on it. This goes way beyond simply knowing that blue recycling bins exist, okay? You need to confidently discuss broader concepts like sustainability, climate action, preserving trees, and the tangible impact of community cleanups. Ultimately, they want to see if you actually understand your own footprint in the larger ecosystem.
Next up on the list is health and well-being. Now, historically, students just prep to talk about jogging and eating their vegetables. And yeah, you definitely still need that physical fitness and healthy eating aspect, but the conversation has really evolved. Mental well-being is now front and center. How do students actually balance the intense pressure of exams, like the O-levels, with their mental health? This theme requires you to look at a healthy lifestyle as a complete interconnected package.
Finally, we zoom out to community and social issues. This is where examiners test how you interact with the world around you. You'll likely encounter prompts heavily focused on contributing to society, volunteerism, and inclusiveness. Think about specific real-world scenarios, like maybe helping elderly residents navigate tricky digital apps right in your own neighborhood. It's ultimately a test of empathy and your active participation in society.
Okay, so the territory is mapped. You now know the 5 master themes, but knowing the boundaries and actually executing a top-tier oral response, those are 2 very different things. Which brings us to the most vital, proactive question of this entire explainer. So, how do you actually prepare and turn this knowledge into a great grade?
Well, here is a golden rule you need to literally burn into your memory. Do not memorize answers. I absolutely cannot stress this enough. If you script up perfect answers and try to memorize them word for word, you are going to freeze the second an examiner slightly alters the phrasing of a question. It's just a deeply flawed strategy. Instead, your strategy must be to prepare examples. Examples are incredibly flexible. They can be molded and adapted to fit almost any question thrown your way.
And this brilliantly illustrates our 3-step engine for success. It's super simple. Step 1, start with the theme. Let's say technology. Step 2, connect it to an example, like AI in education.
Step 3, anchor it with a personal experience. Maybe you used an AI tool to help organize a really chaotic study schedule, or maybe your class had a heated debate about the ethics of using AI for essays. This pipeline, from theme to example to personal experience, is your ultimate safety net, because no matter how they ask the question, you already have a relevant example and a genuine story ready to go. You aren't reciting a rigid script, you're simply sharing a prepared, highly adaptable story.
Let's cement this empowering core takeaway right now. Prepare themes, not questions. This single mindset shift takes you from playing defense to playing offense. You are no longer living in fear of the unknown question. You're walking in with a toolkit of themes, examples, and personal experiences that you completely control. Always remember this: if you are ready for the themes, you are ready for the exam. That is the ultimate truth of the O-level oral.
So as you map out your revision today, I want you to look back at those 5 themes. Don't just ask what you should say to an examiner, ask yourself, which personal experiences do I already have ready for these 5 themes? What is the one unique story or perspective about my life that only I can tell? Find those personal stories, connect them to these themes, and you'll walk into that exam room entirely unshakable. For more O-level English tips, follow Mentora.